Hi there and welcome to another double review here at StiffUpperLip in collaboration with snus24.com. As you can see, towers are filling up, meaning we're getting close to review number 100, and that means another special where I list my top 10 of the last 50 reviews. But today we're looking at a new product from the omnipotent and ever-present Swedish match, and that product is Omni. I believe these are pretty unique for Swedish match, for a product that still contains both tobacco and nicotine, because these are all white portions. They're very small portions. They're 0.4 grams. You get 20 portions in each can here, and the nicotine is quite interesting. I'm going to review the extra strong ones. So there's a peppermint and a licorice here. There's also regular strength ones. The difference in the cans is on the extra strong you get the red band here, and it has an indication of 4 dots indicating extra strong, both of these. And then it should be the same taste for the regular one, but they have 2 dots on them indicating normal strength. Now, these ones have 6 milligrams per portion of nicotine. Doesn't sound very extra strong, does it? But I think it has to do with it's really low in moisture content. So they get the water away and still get the same effect as a 15 milligram original portion would have. So although there's only 6 milligrams of nicotine in each portion, you get an effect, the effect of an extra strong snus. And then the regular strength one has only 3 milligrams per portion, but the effect of a 7.5 milligram snus, because you take away the moisture in it, but still get that effect. So yes, it does have sort of 15 milligrams per gram of nicotine, and then you take away the water, still get the effect. So they're all white, these ones, just like Epoch, but they're very small and dry. So if you compare these to like a white portion, what's the difference then? Well, white portions are dry on the outside of the pouch, but you still get moistness, around 50% often moistness in the actual portions. These ones have 2% of water, so they're very dry. Should take a little bit longer for the taste to release and the nicotine, but once you get them under your lip after a while, they get wetter and you release all the flavor as well. Catch lid, small on both of these ones. Hope you see some of that. Normally tricky with a white can for the light here. So let's open it. Very light cans here. Now that looks very different, doesn't it? And I'll also show you here the white tobacco that's in it, much like Epoch. So another thing with these is that is it even snus? Because it's got like cellulose fiber and less content of tobacco than a normal snus. Still has tobacco and nicotine, but it's mixed up with cellulose fiber. So it's sort of in the landscape, in the sort of ballpark of not being a snus, possibly. Very, very thin portions, so they should be really discreet under the lips. So if you want like a white, small, white and dry, so it's covering a new market there, really. Let's put this one in. Yeah, extremely dry. Smell. That's the peppermint one, and yeah, peppermint, but also a little bit of sort of papery smell there, very dry. And that probably contributes to that. Yeah, a bit of peppermint and paper. Not extremely strong of the peppermint. Peppermint is normally my preferred mint flavor, but mint is not my preferred snus flavor. So the licorice one, looking exactly the same. There we go. And the smell of this one, that's pretty nice. They actually gave me one of these to try in Sweden, and very un-Swedish. I walked into Pressbyrån and they had like a taster. I looked for the Omni, I wanted to buy it. It wasn't in the normal fridge, but it was on the stand on display, and they actually gave me one to try, and I tried the licorice. It should have salty licorice and a hint of fudge, it said actually. Smells quite natural, not much paper coming through there. Okay, I won't put one in now because I got a mint in, but I'll get back to you and tell you what I think about these quite different new products from Swedish Match. Alright, interesting. These products will probably be knocked by a lot of traditional snus users. I'm one of them, but I think it's about understanding the market here, and yes, I wouldn't like to see this in sort of tobacco-centric snus. Very small portions, and obviously there's less tobacco in these ones, so you got that cellulose fiber. But for flavored snus, let's compare it sort of for taste and nicotine here. They're obviously trying to go with people who want it more discreet, dry as well, small, white portions. And there could be a problem. Could be less taste, of course. Could be less nicotine. That's not the case. In these ones, the nicotine is pretty full on. It feels like an extra strong. It really is there. So don't worry about that. When you see the 6 milligrams, you think, oh, it's a lightweight portion. It's really good for the nicotine side. For the taste, surprising amount of flavor to both of these. So it does feel like you have a full snus portion in there for the taste. It does not feel like you have a full snus portion in for the size. And that is probably the main problem for traditional snus users. They will think it's too small. So that's a negative for many, but I can see there's a new market there. So as long as you provide the taste and the nicotine, it's a discrete portion. It starts quite dry and the flavor doesn't release immediately, but it takes a little while, not that long, and then you get a lot of taste because they're so small, so they get wet pretty quickly and they don't feel very dry then. They do feel nice in there. They start feeling like almost like a chewing gum though. It's a bit more than a snus portion. It's a bit weird. It's not what you're used to probably, but the taste comes through and there's a lot of taste. It's long lasting. So for the mint one, it's probably one of the better tasting mint ones I've had because it provides a lot of taste and it's peppermint and it's clean tasting. It doesn't have any of that sort of weird processed tobacco feel that I got from the Epoch that I tried. There is sweetener in this one, so you get the sort of added creaminess. So it's, you know, it's a bit like the Lab 12 or something like that. A bit going towards General Mint as well, but that's probably even sweeter. The main difference being that they're so small, but they provide the same sort of experience really for taste and nicotine. So I think the Omni Peppermint, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's never going to be great with a mint for me, but I think they nailed what they're trying to do. For the Omni Licorice, I prefer it. I prefer licorice. It's a natural licorice taste. You get a bit of sweetness naturally from the licorice root in there. And you do get saltiness. It's a salty licorice, but it's not too salty. It's still quite natural. It doesn't say it has sweetness in this one, so it's probably sweet taste provided by the licorice root. Nice natural licorice, a lot of it as well. So I don't know if they put anything else in flavor enhancers. They might do because these taste a lot, and maybe the licorice will be a little bit cloying after a while, but has a good taste. I thought that from the beginning when I tried it in Sweden first as well. It's just a little bit weird that it's so small, so I think that's the main problem, and it's so dry, but it doesn't take long and that goes away. So unlike some other completely dry portions I've tried, it, yeah, I think they did well on what they're trying to do. Not my favorite snuses, but for flavored snuses here, I think they're good in that category. So as I said, 6 out of 10 for the peppermint. 6.5 I'll give Omni Licorice. I think it's interesting. You might be surprised how much it tastes, and it's still got a good taste to it. Nicotine, no problem. So there you go. I think they're interesting new products, but please don't try to change all the other ones for the tobacco side. I want to keep the tobacco in there. Cellulose fiber seems to work in the flavored ones when it's not all about tobacco anyway. Okay, so thank you very much guys for watching. That's it for this review, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.